ambassadors, I just wanted to check in with you because it's been a while. I wanted to introduce you to Dr. Willix, who now is with Hippocrates. He's been here for a while with us, but I wanted to introduce you to him because we have some really cool new things happening here at Hippocrates. So, Dr. Willix, tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, my background, I started as a cardiovascular surgeon, but during that time I started getting involved in energy medicine and other things. So in 1981 I left cardiac surgery. I walked away from it, became a vegan back in 1977. I've practiced nutrition, exercise all my life. And I've been teaching people preventive integrative medicine since then.
Great.
I've studied Qigong, Tai Chi, homeopathy, herbology. I've studied for 10 years with a shaman in Peru. So I have a very eclectic background. I'm an MD that fell off the rail.
Right.
And
well, we're glad.
So am I. And so I never went back to doing heart surgery. I did heart surgery. I started the first open heart surgery, actually in South Dakota. And after that, I came to Florida, and I've been in Florida since 1981. Brian and I go back years and years. I met him many, many years ago. And we always sort of talked about the possibility. So he came to me one day and he said to me, you know, could you come here one day a week? And I said, yeah. I said, well, tell me what you would do to help promote Hippocrates. So I gave him a list of 13 things, and the 13th thing on the list was to develop a department of energy medicine. And so he called me up the next day and he said, you're the director of energy medicine.
I love it, I love it.
I said,
that's
well,
Brian, right?
we don't have a department of energy medicine. He said, that's right, you're the director of energy medicine.
That is awesome.
So that's how it all started. So I came here a year ago in March, started as the director of energy medicine. And fast forward, here we are in 2019, and in December of 2019, I became the chief medical officer of Hippocrates. So I run the medical facilities. We've changed a lot of things.
Yeah, tell us about that.
And our energy department is really, really probably the premier energy medicine department, because there aren't a lot of places where you can go and say there's a department of energy medicine, and yet we have more devices here than anywhere in the world.
Wow.
So,
which is the future of medicine.
Which is the future of medicine.
Absolutely.
And it segues into a theory that I had many years ago, and I wrote this back in the late 80s. I wrote about the fact that you don't have one body, you have two bodies. One is your energy body, the other one is your physical body. Everything occurs in your energy body first, and is carried through this bridge that I call the Apollo factor. And that all your environmental defects,
traumas,
punch holes in that Apollo factor so the column of light isn't flowing freely. So, so I start my talk by telling people, you really do have two bodies, because where's your thoughts? Where's your fear? Where is that? It's not here.
And where do we store things
also? So everything's in your energy body. And that's where disease begins. And so I came up with the theory that we have a harmonic tune that we come into life with, and I call that your cosmic tune. And then environment happens. First thing is they squeeze you through a canal, and then they slap you on the butt.
I know.
And that's the second thing that happens to you, and they make you cry. Now they've been making you cry ever since.
Oh my God.
And so all of those things affect your energy body, and so we started developing the Department of Energy Medicine. And you know, we teach people that we have a lot of diagnostic, you know, we use energy all the time. We do electrocardiograms, we do electroencephalograms, we do electromyograms. Nobody's ever talked about energy being used as a therapeutic. Brian has for years, but it's never really formally understood. So we, you know, we have a lot of devices here when people first come in, and most of the people, you know, that we're talking to already know, you know, they do a biowell, they do a cyber scan, and then we have H-wave and QRS and all these devices. But the major focus is to understand that it's the parasympathetic nervous system that heals. So we're trying to bring them into understanding that without that parasympathetic nervous system, you're not going to heal. And then we teach them about the fact that your thoughts help create chemistries in your body, and that mind-body medicine is no longer separate like it was in 1600, and that the mind and body are one, and that your thoughts create a chemical change in your body, in the field of psycho, thought, neuro, carried through the central nervous system, endocrine, creating a chemical, immunology is the fastest growing field in medicine.
Oh my gosh.
So we do a lot of things on the immune system, and we learn, and you know, we do that nutritionally, obviously. We do it through we're detoxing our physical body. And so now we've added a whole new approach to what we did before. It's not that we're practicing medicine, we're not in the practice of medicine, but we're in lifestyle practices. So now we have Liquivita, which is a company that's partnered with us, and they rent space on the second floor, and we do a lot of new therapies with Liquivita.
With intravenous.
With intravenous therapies. So we've always done intravenous therapies, but now we're doing a lot of sophisticated intravenous therapies. More, and we'll start doing more and more and more. So before we were doing IV vitamin C and other things, but now we have specific goals for, you know, so we have protocols for people that have Lyme disease or protocols for people who are immune compromised. And we're combining that with what Hippocrates has always done, which is, you know, our oxygen therapy with hyperbaric and oxygen with the far infrared sauna to detoxify your body. So we're bringing together the mind and body, we're bringing together the physical, and you know, we're doing some really fascinating stuff with Liquivita. So now we're doing therapies like NAD, which
What's
lightens
that
up.
about? That
NAD
fascinates me. Is that like is that helpful for Alzheimer's and dementia?
Yes.
Okay, wow.
But in addition to that, in addition to NAD helping with Alzheimer's and dementia, NAD really, you know, we're in a high stress world.
Yes.
So NAD really brings about, you know, it's a natural way to improve the energy of your brain. And we do NAD, we use peptides, which also are natural things that your body makes. Most people don't know that insulin is a peptide.
It's like a protein.
Growth hormone is a peptide. Peptides are amino acids in a chain. They're not proteins. Proteins are complex polypeptides. But amino acids in a chain are called peptides. Insulin is a peptide. Insulin opens the door so that sugar can get into the cell to create energy. Well, there are many more peptides. You know, the human body is making somewhere around 7,000 peptides. And we're using peptides now because peptides signal the body to do so. It's a natural way to tell the body what to do. So we're using peptides to improve cognitive function. We're using peptides in autism. We're using peptides in, you know, we're not doing all of those things yet here, but it's an exciting field. So the world of peptides is going to open up a whole new vista. Just like hormone replacement therapy started a whole new way of preventive anti-aging medicine, peptides are going to be a whole new way of looking at the disease process. And the interesting thing is, because Hippocrates has always dealt with the gut, and people got well, what they didn't really understand was the gut and brain are connected, that there's a gut-brain axis. And now with the peptides, we can improve the speed with which we recover. So we can get people better faster because we're using things to enhance the brain naturally, that signal the brain at the mitochondrial level what to do. So we're very excited about this. It's a whole division that I think the combination of the energy devices that we have, you know, bringing people back into balance, detoxification, knowing that caloric restriction is the #1 way to slow the aging process down. And now with the IV treatments we're doing and the peptides, we have a new way of bringing about vitality in people.
What a great combination.
We think so.
Amazing,
we think so.
Amazing. Love it, love it, love it. So, ambassadors, definitely a lot of great things happening at Hippocrates here. There's so many changes, and Brian sent out a really wonderful memo to us all recently talking about the changes at Hippocrates. And a lot of times, people who've come here many times before, the alumni, they go, oh my gosh, it's different, it's not the same, but let me tell you, it's a good thing. There are so many cool things happening here at Hippocrates right now. And thank you so much, Dr. Willix, for sharing what you're doing with us here and the amazing things that can help people enhance everything that's going on with their health. So Yay, thank you, and give us a call. Let us know if you want to have some help to share this with people. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.